guys, it's your girl Kaylee from Zippnada, a sustainable lifestyle brand. If you are new here, I talk about all aspects of living sustainably, being a good steward of the earth, living in a rural location. I do a lot of interviews with other people and experts. I do product reviews, and I just talk about my experience. Trying to live a low-impact life in a rural landlocked community has its challenges. So today I'm going to share the top 4 challenges I found living zero waste and ways that I've gotten around. Note, this is solely based on my experience. I'm just sharing my perspective. Everyone has a different point of view, and this one's just mine. First thing is community. But this is number 1 because doing anything by yourself is challenging. When you live in a larger city, the chances of you meeting a niche group and community is greater than when you're in a city of like 52,000. So you don't feel so alone. And starting my journey, I was living in Lake Havasu. It's not super small, but it's not very large either. And so I started going around this by starting my own community and putting myself out there. I thought if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to be that person, and hopefully more will follow. Second thing I found is farmers markets and access to unpackaged foods and co-ops. So I live in an incredibly harsh desert climate. In the summer it can get to like 120 degrees. I was, however, very surprised when I Googled nearby farms. I do have access to a car, and so personally I am willing to drive to the farms I have access to get fresh produce. Now I live in a more agricultural area, and I myself work on a farm, so I have all my veggie needs met. But I never had a ton of access to large bulk foods or co-op shops I found in larger cities. Some of the smaller local stores might offer a few bulk items. I've taken advantage of what I can and try my best to buy items as minimal packaging as possible, or at least packaging that's compostable or recycled. My brother's in Vegas, which is like an hour from here, so I go and visit Winco. It's a treat, and I load up on all of my bulk pantry goods there. Again, this depends on if you have access to a vehicle. Another tip is transportation. So in communities I lived in, they don't offer public transportation. Everything is incredibly spaced out, and the weather is so extreme that having a car is basically a necessity. I do several things to accommodate this. Number 1, I carpool whenever possible. I usually do this for long road trips especially. Number 2, I got a hybrid and eventually moved to electric car to reduce my gas consumption. Do a separate video on electric cars and how they actually aren't that eco-friendly in another video. But I already bought it and I love it, and y'all can just fight me. 3, I saved my errands for one day. And 4, when I was in college, I would drive to school and then walk to all my errands since I was already in the center of town. I did this mainly when weather was permitting. Another one is recycling. So in Havasu, when I started all this, they did have curbside pickup recycling. We had a transfer station, so at the time I was able to do recyclable materials such as cardboard, aluminum, glass, and the likes. Whereas now it's weird. We don't really have recycling. We have a couple of programs, but I don't think they really offer it in the countryside I'm in. So for now, I save up my recyclables, and I'll bring it to Vegas when I see my brother or my grandparents recycling beds in Havasu, or if it's just a small amount, I'll bring it to my work recycling. Try my best to reuse items as much as possible, avoid plastic packaging. Most of it's non-recyclable anyway, and focus on buying package for your items that are in glass and cardboard that I can either compost myself and reuse. My long-term solution is to probably get in contact, see what better steps I can be taking, and eventually maybe start a TerraCycle account. And those are just some of the most common challenges I find and ways I get around them. Let me know what you think if you live in a rural location and what challenges you face. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It is a free way to support what I do. If you need any zero waste gear or are interested in zero waste rural coaching, be sure to visit zippnada.com. All linked in the below. And as always, have a beautiful day. Bye.